Hello, everyone around the world. Well, welcome to our Mother's Day in Canada live streaming event. So if anyone is in North America, happy Mother's Day. Oh, yeah, gosh, I have to think of what to say. Ken and Jen are here. Ken is my co-worker and technical support instructor person, whatever that is, and Jen is
lots of hats.
Jen is a hypnotherapist, Course in Miracles student, and enthusiastic spiritual seeker. So she's here with me. Yes. So let's start with the lesson for today, shall we, Ken?
Yeah, I'll read the lesson. I chose lesson 62. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. Thought that was quite fitting. It is your forgiveness that will bring the world of darkness to the light. It is your forgiveness that lets you recognize the light in which you see. Forgiveness is the demonstration that you are the light of the world. Through your forgiveness does the truth about yourself return to your memory. Therefore, in your forgiveness lies your salvation.
Okay, so I will bring the author of that question through, or that lesson through, and I'll see you in a little bit. These conversations are sacred, and I am that one that you know as Jesus, and of course this communion that we are engaging in here is of the utmost importance to the world. As believers in separation, you do not understand the magnificence of your mind in alignment. You do not understand how truly powerful and influential you are when you step into love completely and absolutely. That is all I did in my incarnation. I removed everything from my mind that was not love, and so I began to tap into that incredibly powerful, influential, energetic system that is love. And this is what this book is designed to do. It is designed to take you from separated consciousness, or your belief in separated consciousness. You are always connected to love. You are always in alignment with love beneath that illusory thought system. That is the ego's thought system. And you know it because the ego's thought system makes you feel bad. It makes you feel limited. It makes you feel fearful. It makes you want to attack bodies. It makes you want to judge. All of these things are the surface manifestations of the thought system that you are siding with. And this is very, very important for you to understand as you go through these lessons of A Course in Miracles, is that you are siding with the ego's thought system. Every time you value a body over spirit, every time you respond in fear, believing that you are going to be harmed, you are siding with that thought system. Every time you judge somebody as unacceptable or unlovable or better than you or worse than you, you are feeding that thought system. And so it is very, very important here for you to understand that you are the keeper of that flame, that you are the one that chooses. You are the one that perhaps is sitting on the fence, one leg on either side of this line in the sand, that decision to choose love or fear. So now your practice of forgiveness is the lifting of that leg that is on the other side of the fence over onto the side of love. That is what you are doing when you are practicing forgiveness. What you do when you begin to step back from judgment is you begin to put your energy, your focus, your creative potential into the thought system of love. That is what you are doing when you are practicing forgiveness, when you are stepping back from judgment. And that is what it means that you are the light of the world, because you are in that moment siding with love. And that is the only moment anyone ever has. Remember that. You think of being enlightened as this long journey, perhaps full of great works. But the truth of the matter is, in stepping into fear, you are making that judgment against love. In stepping into love or forgiveness, you are empowering that thought system, and you are completely immersed in that thought system in that moment. And that is why when you step into fear or judgment, you feel so bad so quickly, because you are entering a complete thought system. It is not like dipping your toes in the swimming pool water that seems so harmless. It is, in fact, feeding that thought system, and that is why you have that domino effect of one negative thought plummeting you down into that kitchen sink full of all of those negative thoughts, because it is a complete thought system. And this is why the now moment is so important. This is why your understanding that forgiveness does make you the light of the world in this moment, because it is only in this moment that any of you change anything. You cannot change the past. You can change how you perceive the past, however, but how do you do that? You do it in this moment. You don't actually go back into the past and change it. You change the way you are looking and reacting to the past. And so in that sense, you are changing the past, because the only place that it actually exists is in your mind. So if you change that past vision in your mind, you literally have changed the past. These are semantics, some of you will say, but the truth of the matter is there is only one creative moment, and it is now. And it is in this moment that your forgiveness practice, as taught through these lessons and as practiced moment by moment throughout your day, it is this moment that brings light to the world. And first of all, we want to remind you that it brings light to your world. When you forgive, you feel a sense of relief. You feel that weight lifted off your shoulders, so to speak. You feel your heart opening, and it is only in the open heart and the peaceful mind that you can create in the way that you want to create. When you are in the fearful mind, the constricted mind, when you are in the judgmental mind, your power has not really been lessened. There are access points that you cannot get when you are on a low frequency, but really you are truly still very creative. But you will be miscreating. You will be creating things of a like frequency to that judgment, to that fearful thought, to that fearful idea. When you step into the thought system of love through your practice of forgiveness in this moment, you are accessing that direct connection to the divine. There is not a long and winding road to the divine. The divine is met in this moment in a loving, peaceful mind. That is how it happens, but you string those moments together. And as you venture further and further into your practice of forgiveness, as you begin to accept the world as it is, as this reflection of a separated consciousness, you step back from that constant requirement of the world to make you happy. What you begin to do is you begin to look at the world exactly as it is. This world is a reflection of my belief in separation. And so I will not expect it to be perfect. I will allow it to be what it is in this moment, knowing that in that acceptance, my frequency goes up, my connection to truth is reinforced. I step into that real thought system that this world is a reflection of my own belief in separation, and then you stop being upset at people, places, and things not behaving the way you want them to. You begin to look at these things as, that is a demonstration of separation. There it is. There is somebody being angry. They are demonstrating this lack of love that this place holds. And your acceptance, first of all, of that without judgment is an act of love in and of itself, because you are not feeding the ego's thought system. And this is why the lessons of A Course in Miracles are so powerful. This is why this book is so transformative. It is actively stepping away from reinforcing the ego's thought system. You are actively, conscientiously, and repeatedly stepping towards love. And that is a very, very powerful and speedy process in the scheme of things. When you meditate on your cushion, for example, which many of you do, you have a meditation practice, but many beings separate that practice from their life. They step away from their cushion, and then the mind kicks up and they begin to step into that dualistic world again, that world of judgment and fear again. And then when they go back to their cushion, they try to maintain that peace, or reattain that peace, we would say, that they had before. But the thoughts in the mind have been fed, the actions in the world have been in the realm of the separated ego consciousness. And so then you have to try and get back to peace again. Now, the accomplished meditator will eventually be able to bring that peace out into the world, and that is, of course, part of a Buddhist practice. But for many of you who are Westerners, not being trained in proper meditation techniques and not having a regular professional or guru teaching you, you will find meditation very, very difficult. And this is why the lessons of A Course in Miracles are designed the way they are, because the Western mind has a particular set of problems, it has a particular set of resentments, it has a particular set of beliefs that are being addressed through those particular lessons. So the lessons that you are the light of the world, and forgiveness is your path to that profession, we would say, is one to keep in mind. You, in this moment, choose love or fear. That is all the choice you ever make. And in choosing love, you benefit immediately from that choice. Your frequency goes up. You connect to beings in a way that you can't connect to them in fear. And you begin to shine that light. That is the light of love. You must remember, in practicing forgiveness, you are demonstrating your understanding of the laws of creation. You are demonstrating your understanding that this separated reality in which you find yourself, and we do put that in inverted commas, it is not really reality. It is an illusory system of judgment and separation and fear that is couched sometimes in very beautiful forms. But those forms will change. When you look at the beautiful body, for example, it will age and it will fall sick and die. And that is a demonstration of the unloving nature of this place in which you find yourself. As you align with love, as you step away from that fearful thought system, you will raise your frequency, your body will age differently, and you, in fact, ultimately can choose to avoid death in the form that it manifests in this frequency at this time and place. That is all I did. I raised my frequency to the point, and I practiced enough with my consciousness that I no longer was bound to the body. I no longer believed in the body in the way that you do, and in that transformation of my mind, I became free of death. And you are all capable of it. You are all able, through this ongoing practice of loving kindness and forgiveness, you are all able to step away from this illusory world in which you find yourselves into these higher frequency realms. And this being, of course, is demonstrating one of the abilities that can come to you as you raise your frequency, as you clear the mind of judgments, as you focus the mind on love. And you don't have to be perfect. You have to raise yourself up, however, out of these constant judgments, out of these constant fears. And of course, you have this amazing feedback system that tells you how you are doing. So do not be upset if you feel bad. Understand that your guidance system is working very, very well, and it is giving you an indicator of where you have some work to do. And if you can begin to accept negative feelings as just that, an indicator from your guidance system that you are temporarily out of alignment with love, then you can begin to look at your negative emotions in an accepting way. And this really speeds up your practice tremendously. When you stop saying that person upset me and therefore they are bad and they've pushed me off the path, you can begin to say, they have upset me. How good is that? I have got a lesson here that I can practice. I've got a belief that I can drag up from the depths of my mind and work on as my forgiveness practice. So see your forgiveness practice not as a burden, not as something that other people don't have to do. That can be a problem early on in your studies of A Course in Miracles, feeling that you have been burdened with this excruciatingly long process of forgiveness. But we want you to know that forgiveness is the fastest way to awaken, and you will suffer less and less the more you use it. So see upsets as your friends. They are your opportunity to practice raising your frequency, practicing your understanding of the laws of creation, and be happy that you are on this path. Yes, there are disciplines that are required, but you will find that very, very quickly as you go through this journey with A Course in Miracles, that you will be relieved of many of the painful aspects of your experience on this plane. We will talk to you again soon.